Hi guys, it is Whitney. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. Today we have a very exciting subject. Oh my god, so much cat hair. Today we have a very exciting subject that we're talking about. Today we are talking about Reputation Taylor's version. All of my theories and predictions? Question mark. I'm very excited to talk about it. Without any further ado, let's just get on to the video. I'm very excited. Let's go. Obviously today we are talking about Reputation Taylor's version, which is an album that is non-existent at the moment. Ever since Reputation was released in 2017, I immediately clicked with it and it became my absolute favorite album of all time. Of course until Folklore came out, but then it's, you know, still top 2. For me, it has always been such a special album. So of course, when Taylor announces she's re-recording all of her albums, my #1 most excited, most anticipated album that I'm most excited to listen to is Reputation. Obviously we don't know when it's coming, so that's what we're gonna discuss. So without any further ado, let's get into my Reputation Taylor's version predictions. First, we gotta talk about the pattern of the album releases in the past 4 years. 2021, Fearless Taylor's version and Red Taylor's version. 2022, Midnights. 2023, Speak Down Taylor's version and 1989 Taylor's version. 2024, The Tortured Poets Department. 2025, Reputation and Taylor Swift, Taylor's version. Since that's been the pattern of the past 4 years, are we going to continue that? 2 re-recording, new album, 2 more re-recordings, album. This year, 2 more re-recordings, next year, new album? Possibly. But to me, Reputation is a very fall album. Fall, winter. More winter, actually, I would say. I feel like the question always is, will she release debut Taylor's version first or Reputation Taylor's version first? And since there's so much hype on Reputation Taylor's version, I feel like she's going to release that first. Then in the very end, Taylor Swift, because I feel like that's a perfect way to end the re-recording. Save the beginning for the last. This part is confusing because I do think that we will get Rep first, but Taylor Swift is a very like spring summer album to me, and like I said, Reputation is more fall winter. So if they were to come this year, Taylor Swift would come first if she's sticking with like the season. Does that make sense? But I think Rep is coming first, so that leads me to think Taylor's not going to do the same pattern that she's been doing the past 4 years. I think we will only get 1 re-recording this year, Reputation, and next year Taylor Swift and possibly a new album. But I remember in the Eras Tour book, wait 1 second, actually this is my prized possession. This is the Reputation photo album book that came with the Rep VIP. This is the Why She Disappeared poem. Anyways, this is not a lookbook, but I just really love this book. So anyways, like Taylor says in the Eras Tour book, there's nothing I hate more than doing what I've always done. Which makes me think we're switching it up. Oh, also, okay, you know how they were like filming on the Eras Tour stage? At the end of quite a few of the Eras Tour dates, there was a camera like following her off of the stage, and like at the last date it was recording her hugging her mom and her dad and her brother. Fans said that the camera was recording them all night, and there was a camera with her on stage for the last 3 dates of Vancouver. So we're definitely getting something, right? Eras Tour documentary, Taylor documentary part 2, a music video. But I think we will get that before we get another re-recording. That could be super soon, that could be at the end of the year. Here's my official prediction timeline of what I think is going to happen. It is March right now, but I don't think we are going to get something for quite a while. Stay with me. I think Taylor could take this year off, like not announce anything, or like we really see her out this year that much, just we really haven't this year at all, minus like the Super Bowl and like a couple other times. Potentially an Eras Tour documentary at the end of the year, then announcing Reputation Taylor's version on New Year's Eve, releasing it the next day, New Year's Day, because there's a song on Rep called New Year's Day, and Reputation has that iconic saying, in the era there will be no explanation, there will just be Reputation. So I feel like it would make sense just to like literally drop it like that, like Reputation Taylor's version out tonight, and then it could still be that Taylor's version comes out in the spring/summer, so she could announce it in the spring, release it in the summer of next year, and then a new album later next year. That's my official timeline of what I think. Obviously 2026 seems like so far away, but you know what, it'll be well worth the wait. Okay, now let's get into what I think the album will look like. Okay, so the original Reputation album cover is my favorite album cover of all time. I think it is so genius. The half newspaper, I love the Reputation newspaper vibe. I really hope that she sticks with that. The newspaper print and aesthetic was a huge part of the Rep era. I feel like it really represents that era so well, because she, you know, people just talked about her and like a newspaper. The confetti for the Rep tour was a newspaper. Obviously the album cover, we got Reputation newspaper in our Rep orders from like 2018. So for the album cover, I think she could either be like holding a magazine that says like, you know, Taylor Swift, and then it's like in all different directions, you know, it's like, oh my god, it's literally, I forgot, it's literally my phone case. I think she could be holding a newspaper like this, like obviously not this exact print, but they would like redesign it, and she's like holding it, and she like looks so good with like a smoky eye. Oh, but her hair is like, will the album cover be black and white or in color? Hoping black and white. Black and white album trio forever. I think something like this could be cool. Thank you. I'm so excited. I'd be fine if she just recreates that exact one because I'm so obsessed with it. It's like genuinely my favorite album cover of all time. This could be super cool. Something like this holding the snake. I could totally see that for the album cover. Or like this. Oh my god, I could totally see that. I see it with like super like chunky diamond jewelry like in the bathtub scene from Look What You Made Me Do. Honestly, I'm just excited to see it. Anything she decides to do for this will be so iconic. Oh my god, this like combines both of my ideas. Okay, this is kind of cool. Also, you kind of already know the rep font is changing. Well, not the font, the first letter. Well, it's staying the same. What am I saying? It's turning into a capital R. The reason we know this is because on the Eras Tour movie, when it was the rep set, the R was capital in the same Old English font, while the original was a lowercase r. Like, it's a small detail, but it's big. Now let's talk about the most exciting part of re-recording, the vault tracks. How many vault tracks do we think there are going to be? I think there are going to be 6 vault tracks. Maybe I'm thinking that because it's the 6th album, so I'm like 6, but I don't know. 6, maybe 7. 6, maybe 7. I think the vault tracks are definitely going to have like a Cassandra vibe. I've always said this. Cassandra from the Tortured Poets Department sounds so much like a Reputation song. That's why I just loved Cassandra so much from the first listen. Taylor said herself that these vault tracks are fire in her Time Person of the Year interview from 2023. So I trust her with my whole heart. I truly believe these tracks are fire and they're going to be the best vault tracks. And I'm not being biased, but you know, I don't think there will be any features on the vault. I kind of hope there's not. I mean, Nothing New is one of my favorite songs of all time and it has Phoebe Bridgers in it and I love it so much. But I feel like their voices just work so well together. Same with Castles Crumbling. I feel like Hayley Williams and Taylor's voice work so well together. But some features, I'm just like, this would be so much better if it was just Taylor. So I'm just kind of hoping that there's no feature on them unless their voices work so well together, unless it's another Nothing New with Phoebe Bridgers. I think we're gonna get a super vulnerable track that she didn't think that she should put on the original track list. Hopefully another This Is Why We Can't Have Nice Things kind of thing. As we know, that's my stan song. Well, it was for the longest time and I still love it. I have such a special place in my heart for it. I feel like that's the song I'm most excited to hear re-recorded just because that song is literally so special to me. A weird favorite, apparently, according to a TikTok comment. I feel like I'm the only stan of that song, but I take my job as the #1 This Is Why We Can't Have Nice Things stan very seriously. Now let's talk music videos. Obviously, hoping and praying for a music video for the Reputation Taylor's Version era. The only re-recordings that we got music videos for were Red, I Bet You Think About Me, and All Too Well, the short film. If you count that, I don't know if we count that as a music video. And Speak Now, I Can See You. Fearless and 1989 were sadly left out of the music videos. I do think that Reputation will have music video, or hope that there could be like a poetry spoken visual music video kind of thing for the Why She Disappeared poem, and the If You're Anything Like Me poem that were on the front page of the Reputation Deluxe Target magazines. Were a pretty big part of the rep era, especially Why She Disappeared. That's what plays before Getaway Car on the rep tour, and they're so important because they really explained a lot about the era with lines like, when she looked around, her skin was spattered with ink, forming the words of 1,000 voices echo she heard even in her sleep. Whatever you say, it is not right. Whatever you do, it is not enough. Your kindness is fake. Your pain is manipulative. And may your heart remain breakable, but never by the same hand twice. And even louder, without your past, you can never have arrived so wondrously and brutally by design or some violent, exquisite happenstance here. From the Why She Disappeared poem. Like I said, this is what played before Getaway Car. It was kind of like a music video, visual, spoken thing without the music. In the If You're Anything Like Me poem, she says, if you're anything like me, you're going to hate your pride, to love your thighs, and no amount of friends at 25 will fill the empty seats at the lunch tables of your past, the teams that picked you last, but darling, you keep trying. And if you're anything like me, I'm sorry, but darling, it's going to be okay. That's how she ends that poem. Oh, I could cry. I just think that either of these would be such a good like music video, short film, even like a spoken vault track. I don't know. I know it's a little different. I love those poems so much. She also had one that was called The Trick to Holding On. That one is so beautiful and I feel like not a lot of people know about it, but it was in the rep era too. It was just in a magazine that was during that era. I don't remember which one exactly, but The Trick to Holding On by Taylor Allison Swift. Beautiful. Anyways, I think that is all of my thoughts for Reputation Taylor's Version. Please let me know if you have any predictions or thoughts on Reputation Taylor's Version, when it will come out, the album cover, the songs, the vault tracks, whatever you want to tell me, let me know down below. I love you guys so much. Follow all my social medias. I'll put them on the screen and I'll link them down below. Subscribe here, obviously, please. This entire channel is dedicated to Taylor Swift, and 50% of you who watch my videos aren't subscribed. So subscribe, girl. Come on, click it. Click it. I think it's there. All right, I'm gonna go swim in the pool with my swimsuit on. Just kidding, I don't have a pool or a swimsuit on. This is the shirt. I love you guys, and I'll see you next week with a new video. Love you. Bye.